Hello Pisces, thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. There we go. My brain is all a swirl. I don't remember if I've used these on the channel recently or not, but there you go. What do we have for Pisces? Okay, let's see where this is going. We have some good oracle cards, but a lot of times the tarot cards will really sync it up. Oh, this might be going very much your way. Oh, this might be very much. There might be something where things get kind of stagnant or get stuck, but I really think you're going to benefit from it if that's what happens. Let's see. Starting off, you got the Five of Swords with the Queen of Swords. This is a very curious situation. It's kind of like nothing's really... I almost feel like plans are either delayed or canceled, but it doesn't affect your overall feeling. It's kind of like if something gets canceled, it's kind of like, well, I'll do something else, that's fine. If it keeps going, well, it's fine. I kind of want to do it anyway. If it's delayed or canceled, it'll happen again later. It's kind of like, even if it's canceled, it'll repeat later. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. And it's kind of like, no matter what way it happens, you're in that mood kind of like, you know what, whatever way it goes, I'll make the best of it. Because I have a couple things I want to do. If this happens, great, I'll make that happen. If it doesn't happen, fine, I got something else I want to stick in that slot anyway. You seem to be just in that power moment, kind of like it's going to be good either way. You're doing really well. You got Joy and Beauty with the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. It's just kind of like you're on point. Like, whatever happens, I'll just make it work for me. Whatever it does, I'll just work with it to the way it works best for me. There's very interesting energy here. In the environment, there's a lot of mystery and nothing seems to be changing with that mystery. You can't really seem to get answers, and you're just kind of like, just let me know if we're going to do this or not. That's kind of like, people, I don't know, there's something weird. It's kind of like, you don't really know if the situation's going to come around again, but you're like, listen, that's fine. Just let me know for this situation. Postponing it, canceling it, because it's obvious it's not going to happen. They're like, well, we don't really know. You seem to be fine. You're like, all right, I'll work with that, then I'll work with that then. Even if they're like, kind of like, we might be postponing it, we might be canceling it, we don't know. Fine, I'll work with it. You're really in a good spot at this point. You got the Eight of Pentacles, kind of like, whatever's in front of you, you're actively working with it. You don't want to sit there and just worry about it, or... No, you seem to be very active. Like, all right, what do I want to do with that then? And it's one of those things where, all right, I'm going to let you know. If we're going to delay it, that's fine, but I have other things going on. So I'll work with you to try to reschedule that. But keep in mind, I got things going on. I got other things I'm going to be doing. So I'll do what I can, but the sooner you can reschedule, great. If you're just going to cancel it and just let me know if something comes up later, all right, we'll work with it the way we work with it. You seem to be very on point with it, communicating. Like, I want to clap my hands, that hand clap thing. You're like, on point with communicating, or I'm not doing it right. But that's fine. You got the King of Swords on your side. You're moving forward. You're just like, all right, I can't let this bog me down. I got a lot of good energy around me. I'm moving forward. I want to keep moving forward. You seem to be in that power position. Like, if I just sit back and let the world rule me, then I'm going to be ruled, and I don't want to be ruled. If I step forward and start making my own choices, I have a better chance of enjoying my life and doing what I want to do. Very strong at this moment. There's something else with this. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. Moving forward, deciding what you want. It seems to be a very personal effort forward. Kind of like, I don't feel like I'm trying to pull other people along with me. I feel like I'm making choices for my life and things I want to do. If people want to come along, cool. If they don't, still doing it. Still doing it. So I feel like that's where the most strength is coming in. Like, you're going to do something... And if other people want to join, great. If they don't, same thing. I'm going to still do it. I'm not going to change where I'm going. I'm not dependent on anybody else agreeing or disagreeing, whatever. Judgment goes in your favor. Things are still going forward. This is very good. Whatever you want to happen, it's because you're not letting it hold you down. Things are changing. There's delays and cancellations, but you're like, that's fine, get other things. That is why judgment is going in your favor, because you have this momentum to keep moving forward. This concerns me. This one spot. Imagination with the Seven of Pentacles. Considering what you want to fill this time with is fine, but the sooner you put something in slot, the better. Even if it's a couple weeks out before you're going to do it, you want to like schedule the time in some respect. You want to commit to the time frame and what you're going to do. You don't want to take too much time imagining how it's going to go. So for example, if you were like, in 2 weeks, I want to go hiking on this one trail, just for argument's sake, then write that down in your calendar book and commit to that time. If you're kind of like, well, I don't know how far I'm going to go, or if I'm going to bike it, or if I'm going to run it, or if I'm going to walk it, that's fine. Leave that open. But like hiking, and if it's even if you want to be negotiable with the trail, but like booking that time for hiking and then keep moving towards that energy, do that. Just don't make it so open that you could end up missing out. That's the only thing I'm worried about with imagination and the Seven of Pentacles, because the two of these together, like the Seven of Pentacles is like, it's not time to do it right yet. It's just not ready. It's just not quite the moment. And the imagination is like thinking about all the different things you can do while you're considering your options. The thing is, you don't want to get stuck in this like merry-go-round feeling of like, I could do this, or I could do that, or I could do this, or there's also that. And you get so wrapped up in the thought and the possibility that the boat just keeps passing you by until all of a sudden the last boat has gone by and you didn't get anything. That's the only thing you got to be worried about. Like, don't refill that. Well, see, don't hold off on refilling that slot. Kind of like, I'm not sure what I want. Put something in there. Whatever your best thought is. Like, I'm not sure if I want to hike, boat, if I just want to go for a scenic drive. I don't know. Maybe I want to go to a restaurant. I don't know what I want to do. Book it in some respect. Like, I'm committing this time. Like, for example, Saturday from noon to 5, I'm going to be doing something. And I've got 3 ideas, so you're writing in these 3 ideas, you're just not sure exactly what one you're going to do, and as you get closer, just kind of narrow it down to what you really want to do. Just commit to the time and doing something. Like, even if it's like 3 things you got to write down, like one of these 3. And then as you get closer, just whittle it down until you finally make your decision. Just commit to the time. That way it doesn't pass you by. Because I'm thinking there's a couple other signs that kind of do that. I don't know if I should mention them because I don't see why. But there are a couple other signs that do that. That they think about possibilities, but sometimes they think too long and the possibilities pass them by. You don't want to do that. In the environment, you got the Five of Pentacles, trust, and I'm still feeling the Judgment card still applies. Because what they're saying here, and why we're bringing it forward even in this spot, is kind of like judgment is in your favor, but you gotta claim it. It's kind of like something, it's like you put in your order at the restaurant and you're going to go pick it up. If you don't go pick it up, because this is not delivery. Because I know some of you are like, well, I get delivery. This is not delivery. You got to pick it up. If you want it, you got to go pick it up. So if you don't go pick it up, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter if judgment's in your favor if you don't go to pick it up. That's what they're saying. Be careful of that. Five of Pentacles and trust. Like, they're trusting you to decide, or you have to at least realize you got one or the other. You either miss out. That's the Five of Pentacles. You're going to miss out. Or you're going to go and claim your prize. That's judgment in your favor. Don't miss out. The Sun card is here. I don't think I've showed it yet. The Sun card is here. And I feel like something about you making these choices, it seems to go into a series of choices. So if you make this one choice and you do this one thing, to you it might be like, it's just a one-off, it doesn't matter. It's going to kind of start a cycle. It's going to start into its own role, and it's going to keep repeating. It's going to be something you get into. Same thing as if you let it pass you by, it's going to be the first of many things that just pass you by. It seems to be like a cycle or like a roll is going on here where it just keeps going and going. Because that's why we got the Pentacle here. The King of Pentacles with the World is saying, whatever you choose, it's going to keep happening for a while. The Sun card is saying, choose what you want. Go forward towards something. Don't let this moment pass you by. This is good. I like this. I feel like this is really good. You may not have a lot of time for other people is what I'm also noticing when you move forward. You seem to be committing to something. It's almost like, for example, if we're going to use that hiking analogy again, it's like some other people find out, oh, you're hiking? I like to hike. Can I come? Oh, yeah, sure. I don't care. We can hang out. And then they're like, well, usually when I hike over here, and then afterwards, on the way back, I stop at this ice cream spot and I get like a banana split just because I like to. And you're like, oh, I'm all about that all day, all night. Let's do that. It seems to be like it becomes like, okay, you want to do this the next 3 Saturdays? Yeah, let's do that, because like I want to keep my exercise up. I want to blah 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 blah. It's like you start. That's how abundance comes in, and you get locked into something. Is what I'm getting with the Hierophant in abundance. You end up getting locked into something somehow. For some of you, you're investing money into something, and you're kind of like, well, I've invested the money into it, so I'm going to get my money's worth. That might be how you're getting locked into something, but it's abundance coming in with it. Because I'm feeling that with the Hierophant. Like, I said I was going to do it. Now I need to, uphold what I said I was going to do. Healing with the Eight of Swords. This is another reason I'm feeling you're locked into something. Are you really locked into it? Not really. But do you feel like you are? Possibly. The thing is, it's very good. It's very healing. Whatever you're committing to, it's very good. It seems to be holding on, and it seems to be holding on for a while, but I feel like it's raising your energy. And it's kind of like, the thing is with the Eight of Swords, is kind of like, it's blocking something else. I feel like that's why the Eight of Swords is there. Because you got the the Nine of Swords with the Six of Cups in the environment. Is like something from the past that canceled before wants to come back in. And you're like, I would love to do that, but we're going to have to work on scheduling the time. I'm busy until X amount of time. If you need a Saturday, I'm not going to have a Saturday available until 4 or 5 months out because I've committed to something. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I didn't expect this to happen this way, and that may seem strange, but for 4 to 5 months from now, I got my Saturdays booked. I've got a project or something I'm working on. I can't do it. This is not bad. This is not bad at all, because it's blocking you from something else that delayed or canceled earlier. It's not going to go away. You're not going to lose it. But I also get, like, with that time frame, with that stretch of time, things are going really well for you. This is a good thing where other things are going to come forward with you. You might edit what you were going to go forward with originally, or you might do it differently. That's edit. Isn't that the same thing? Well, when I'm saying doing differently, it's like you might not do it. That's what I'm thinking. Like, that might be the actual edit. Because when I'm saying edit, it's kind of like, I'm thinking about, like, you write a paragraph and you edit it, you change some words, you change some of the flow. That's edit. And the other, like, I feel like you might just be like, well, this story isn't working for me. That might be the other way you go with it. Either way, it's not going to be bad for you. It's going to be what works best for you. Is there anything else with this? Don't get caught up in your imagination too much. Be careful. I'm getting the cycle you're going into. There's nothing to feel bad about it, because I almost feel like some of you are like, yeah, I don't want this other person to feel left out, though. I don't want to, like, leave them in the lurch. You're not doing that. You're just not waiting on hold for your life. You're not just holding your life over to the side and putting your life on hold until they make a decision. It's too much to ask, because I feel like there might be months passing before they make a decision. So don't feel bad about it. They're like, it's good for you to make a choice. Don't get caught up in too many thoughts. Don't worry about what other people are going to think. Don't worry about how this is going to affect other people. Unless you're maliciously trying to cause problems for people, don't worry about it. Keep going forward. Do the best you can. When they want to move back forward towards you, you're like, well, this is what I can do. This is what I can't do, and work with it that way. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.